Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Mandibles. We're going on another hunt. And this time, I am going with the Railgun and the double ammo. I guess we'll keep the pistol on, doesn't cost anything. I think we're going to try... maybe just going after Cretorabus. And go on to Mir... although, you know what? We're going to try something a little different. I am going to change the view range back down to default. And we're going to go to the Viterum instead. I just want to see, actually. Fog, I will turn on, just in case. But I figure we'll do this. I wanted to try doing the Cretorabus after we found the Railgun basically being the... it's just the funnest and most powerful weapon we have available. So we'll keep using that. I do want to grind up the points so we can go after something like the Cretorabus and the Echolopterus with it. Maybe even Manipulator soon enough, but... with how aggressive these guys are, if we can take them down in 1 or 2 hits, I think this will be a superb way to help get our points up for the next few weeks to try to get up to some of these big guys. And we still have yet to actually visit the Amethyst Duskland as well, so we have quite a bit of content to go through with Mandibles before we're over with this mod. But everything looks pretty good, so I think what we'll do is we'll hop into the new hunt and try this out. See how many shots it takes down to take down the Cretorabus using the Railgun. I love that thing, but let's hop into the new hunt. Okay, we're all loaded in here. Let me just... there's the Railgun. So, I changed the view range down, so this way we shouldn't run into that issue where the foliage and the vegetation around us kind of phases in and out as rapidly as it used to. So hopefully this will be the Viterum more to what it's meant to be seen as, instead of what we were seeing before with some of the glitches in that. But we're just going to take a little look around. Oh, hello. I was expecting to see you coming over the hill. And hopefully we'll see a lot more of these Cretorabus. And I'm hoping... I think these guys give the most points right now for what we have available. I just know after we did the previous hunt where we got to test out the Railgun on things like the Arthropleura and the Euoptera, the Railgun looks like it's going to be our best bet for getting points up quick. And basically, it looks like it's, what, 10 shots of... it's basically just a giant iron spike I think we shoot from it. There's no gunpowder or combustion used for Railguns. It's basically just using super powerful electromagnets one after another in a line just to... it's kind of less shoot, more like reverse magneticism or... actually, I'm not sure the best way to describe it. All I know is Railgun is a lot of fun. It really is. We just have to find something to use it on. Ooh. Possibly something nearby. One of the things with the view range down is it's going to be a lot harder to know just how far away some of what we're after is. Or we'll basically be seeing... oh, yeah, there's the little hollow site you can sort of see depending on the angle. Just gotta be very careful with the Cretorabus, because we're not going to get the same amount of distance on them for sighting before they may get aggressive and come after us. I also don't know exactly where the best place to look for them on Viterum would be. But as you can see, I wonder if the reason why we kind of hit that foliage limit before is because of all the smaller plants. Like all these tiny little things here. With how many there are around us, I can see why we probably were hitting that bit of a... just the flashing in and out when we have the view range too high. Now we gotta see the Viterum on more probably to the level that it was meant to be shown off at. Or shown off with. We just got to try to find these guys. I think the Viterum is one of the least hunted maps that I've really been on because of that little foliage glitch, although we have had a few successful hunts on it. No, of course, we find something we're not even supposed to be after. Just a bit of ambience. surprisingly, the creature call doesn't chase them off. And I know it's going to give us reduced points, but I may just try going after the... I think it's 2 shots to take down a whole crow. It may even just be 1. Oh, it is just 1. I love you, Railgun. As much as the... what's the Hole Puncher's official name in the mod? As much as I love that one, I gotta admit, having something this powerful after having so many creatures either get away from us because of the amount of shots it takes to down them, or being taken down by all the critters, it feels good to have something with some power to it. I'll just keep looking around. I'm kind of surprised we're not getting much luck with trying to find the Cretorabus, though. And as for Mandibles as a series, I want to keep it going at least until we do get the base roster done. Considering we're up to episode 20... Are we into 20s now? Jeez, that one ambience always gets me a bit. Yeah, we're up to going to be 20... I think I may be mistaken, but we may even be up to episode 28 of Mandibles, so that's at least 20 weeks of Mandibles that we've had going on the channel. And I think the bit of fatigue from the series is starting to set in a bit, because comments and that have been slowing down a little bit. I think with summer rolling in, it may be a good time to look at switching up the kind of routine and what series we're doing on the channel, so we may see some changes here and there. I would at least like to get the base roster showcased entirely for Mandibles, so at least another episode for... let's see... The Proto would be 1, the Ankylopterus 1, and the Nautilus another 1, so maybe about 3 more episodes, perhaps? Then I think we may put it on break, just because, again, I'd like to keep growing the channel, but it seems like we kind of plateau on certain series, and with how far along we've gotten in Mandibles, I think we are starting to see a lot of retreading on old ground. As for what we'll be doing next, I'm not entirely sure. I do know Dino System has come out with an update, so that's one game that we may be returning back to. I still have to see if there's enough new with it that doesn't feel like we're retreading old ground we've already gone over. I may look at doing more hunting games, such as the Hunter Call of the Wild, because I do like the modern systems it uses in there. It just feels like a better hunting experience than we kind of get in the Carnivores. Like, here's the thing, I love the systems of Call of the Wild, but I love the animal roster and environments of the Carnivores series. So that's something I may go into as well. I honestly just have to see what I kind of feel like doing and what comments come in. I've been wanting to try to keep the channel focused more around survival, hunting, crafting games. So it does limit us a little bit, but it feels like we've been a while since we've really touched into more of the theme again. Like, the only real survival game I think we... Actually, I don't even know if we have... We only have one on the go right now, and that was Subnautica. And I'm thinking about probably bringing that... Actually, that might already be towards its little pause before another break, because, I mean, 40 episodes of the series. It sounds like a lot, it's a lot of content, but the problem is, if it doesn't have the views, that's a lot of episodes in time that just might not really bring out much, so... That's one we're going to probably put onto hold and pause for now. I'm like, no, where all the... Oh, there we go, finally found one. Now, if the whole crow was one shot, I'm guessing this might be 1 or 2. Although I admit, I don't exactly like that we're coming up to it on a slope like this. Ooh. Oh, I love this railgun. I'm mostly an archery nut. I'm sure you guys have probably heard me going over about if there's bow and arrow or archery, or the closest thing to a bow and arrow, I'll probably go with that. But sometimes, sometimes you just find a weapon that you just love beyond that. And that, I think, is what the railgun will be. It's just so satisfying to start taking down these big, nasty bugs with just a single shot of a spike through them. Or tranquilizer spike. Although I'm pretty sure we're probably just shooting a hole clean through the poor things. But we'll make our way northwards, just try to find some more. So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 shots, so I doubt there are that many on the map, but we may even be able to get 7 Cretorabus, or CretorabuhBYE. We'll just see how lucky we get as we continue to roam about. And as for other Carnivores series, I want to do a little bit more research before I do start a series. Like, Fallen Kings I'm really mixed on it. Just because of how it does feel really rough and not really fair to kind of do it with how much you might see that needs improvement on it. Like, I may do something about turning up the starting points or whatever like that, but I'll have to see as we're kind of going with it. It might not be bad to showcase it in its full potential in a couple of episodes, but the series on the channel for Carnivores have always been a walkthrough or playthrough, so you can kind of feel how much of a time sink things may be. Triassic did have a few kind of breaks in there where I'd had to do point farming on my own. But other things like Far North and Mandibles have been, everything I've done has been right on camera as an episode, so you can kind of see how long the progress takes to go through and do. Okay, oh, you're a big one. But you're a flipped over one, too. God, this thing just is so powerful. I'm not even sure how big this guy is, but it seemed a lot bigger from afar, to be honest. Although that said, it is still a sizable creature when you come up to it. It sounds like it's just ambient animals, so I think we're okay. But we'll probably keep going north, cross the river, and see what's beyond. Oh, just one Archmalocris. I'm still paranoid at some of the critters that you'll find on the maps. Just after the manipulator hunts, it kind of has us on edge a little bit. As for the Mandibles DLC, it is something... It's probably going to be like Triassic is, or what will be for Triassic whenever I do get back to that. Because I'm not going to do another series of Triassic, but I probably will do maybe like a DLC mega episode just to show off some of the things there. It's just going to be slowly building and growing ourselves out and keeping with stuff that's fun and I enjoy putting up on the channel too. There are some series, I guess just a gust of wind that kind of blew through. Oh, a bit of chill on my legs. It's just that all the growth that the channel has been seeing, it is slowing down, and I'm not quite getting the same kind of comments back and forth like I have had. So I'd really like to just try to keep us active, and also something new every now and then, so that way we have a chance to keep growing and getting more people to kind of come along and see. Sounds like just over this next hill. I gotta remember, if we can kind of remember how that holographic site, or the ghost site is on it, we should be able to take down anything with a pretty good accuracy rate. Now, I thought I heard a reply back over this way that was pretty close. Okay, I guess not. Maybe it was just ambience I heard coinciding with when we made the call. We do want to be careful, though, because we do have, what, 2 Cretorabus under our belt for points right now. Well, the whole Cretorabus, maybe 1 point if we're lucky. You get a huge diminishing amount of points for things that aren't on your hunt roster if you take them down. Something that's worth like 10 points only becomes maybe 1. I just want to, again, be careful because of all the hills. I do admit, for switching to being more of a focused hunt, we really are not seeing the amount of animals I thought we would. I'm pretty sure I turned density all the way up on the settings, but we will go for a little bit further and see. We are actually getting towards a nice little timing for how long this hunt will be. I'd like to try to get at least 1 or 2 more, and see how the points are looking once they're taken down. I actually don't know how much a Cretorabus is point-wise. It might be in the realm of, say, 15 to 22. That's a bit of a vague amount, but... maybe? I'm not sure. But just for the cost it takes to unlock an animal, you get an incredibly reduced amount of points returned if you successfully hunt one. Like the manipulator, I think, was only giving us 20 or so points after we managed to get one down. And there's really nothing out here. I mean, it's nice to see the Viterum with things, with the foliage all properly sitting as it is, but I really thought we might see more animals, or... But here is, well, a little, not too much out. I guess we'll just settle for 1 more, considering how hard it is to seem to find them. At least we got a lot of ambient animals to help keep the map feeling alive, with them just roaming and scuttling about. And then pissing themselves when we let out the Cretorabus call to try to get something in. Oh, just the Meganera above us. Dark Malacris all the way out there. This is a bit strange. I thought it seemed like JPR and Far North operated where if you only had 1 animal selected, it was much more likely you would have those as your, well, basically what every spawn would be of them. I wonder if maybe Mandibles is a bit different for coding like that. Or it may even just be us with bad luck, because let's be honest, I haven't exactly been the luckiest hunter out on YouTube when we're going after certain things. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of our run just to try to get some ground covered. Let's try to get 1 more nice specimen, and then we can call the hunt there. We'll just keep slowly building and grinding our points up that we can, and hopefully... Again, I was thinking 3 more episodes, and then we'll give Mandibles a little break. JPR, I think we are also going to start looking at doing the same thing, just because I do think it was a bit necessary to adjust the point values in that one, just for a better start experience. But it's another one where the views are nice and high for the channel, which is good. I do like that. But I'd like to keep more of just the idea that you guys are interacting back and forth with me, not like a lot of other other videos where you'll leave a comment saying like, oh, that was neat, or this was cool, and yeah, that's just it. You don't get anybody replying back to you. Since we're nice and small as a channel right now, That's one of the advantages I feel like I have, is if anybody does comment and with questions or asking anything, I feel like it's much easier to be able to answer and just interact with you more. But I do also have to admit that I am feeling a little bit of burnout from doing so many Carnivores games, or mods. Mandibles, again, we're up to episode 28, which we've been going at for I don't know how many weeks now. Like, if Mandibles, I think, has always been one episode a week. It may have been more when we started off. Oh, there we go. Now, I don't think it's going to come to us, so we'll have to go to it. The only problem is there's going to be that hill here to get across first. Okay, run. Oh, hello. Oh, that again. If you can figure out where like almost the circle is, there you go. You can see it nicely in the screen there. If you can line that up, you are going to just do superbly. I didn't even realize there was one over there, so I guess just randomly checking worked pretty well. But now I think the tougher one might actually be the one we saw going over this way. Yeah, this might be troublesome. Because it's basically this little island, so I don't know if it would have crossed the water or not. You know what? I am tempted. I am going to just swim across here. Just in case it did stay on that little island thing there. Because we ran into the issue with the manipulator where we thought we were going after the Pulmonoscorpius. And then because of how tight those quarters were, we were ambushed by a manipulator that episode we first tried going after them. Okay, don't see any signs of it. So I don't know where that one might have run off to. Well, maybe over this way. If we can get that last one, then we'll go back and we should have a very nice sum of points that have come in from that. Oh, there we go. I wonder if we can get it over that lip. I don't think we'll have to worry about anything coming in from behind us or the sides. There we go. Okay, we won't swim over, we'll just end the hunt here and see what our points were, because that was, I think, 4 Cretorabus on that hunt. Okay, we're back in the hunt menu, and indeed, that was a nice sum of points. We are up to 115 now. So we could, next week, take on our arch nemesis, the Manipulator, using the Railgun. And I'm very interested in that. I mean, it would be nice to also go hunting on some maps we haven't seen before, but maybe we'll save the Duskland for something more like the next 2. Right now, it mostly will be just getting our points built up enough to be able to get these higher-end creatures and animals that are available. But if you guys have a different thing you'd like to see next week, or any requests you'd like to see from Mandibles, be sure to let me know in the comments. I always want to engage with you guys and give you something to watch and feel like you're part of. The Railgun is, again, proven to just be such a nice and smooth experience to hunt with. I don't know how it'll hold up considering how strong Manipulator has been, or how any of these will be. The Yakulopterus, though, I think that's going to be quite the one to actually go after. Like, looking at how everything is maxed there, ooh, that's going to be quite the hunt. But we'll leave the episode here. Thank you guys very much for joining me on this episode of Mandibles. Any requests, comments, or if you like the series, be sure to leave a like down below. And if you want to help the channel out, maybe think about subscribing. You'll get to know much more easily whenever a video goes live, although we've kept a pretty consistent schedule of 1 PM Eastern every day. Whether that'll go up to 2 or not, it'll kind of depend on how things go from here forward, but right now, at least I can say 1 video guaranteed per day. Until I see you all in the next episode of Survivors, please remember to take care and stay alive.